This is our fourth of 7 installments of Foundations of Safe Kettlebell Swings. Today we're talking about the apex of the swing. Where should the bell stop moving? Should it be when the arms are here, here, or here? The answer may be A or B, it's never going to be C. Here's why. The force is produced by the glutes. The glutes are going to drive the kettlebell out. If you're using a really heavy kettlebell, let's say a beast, that's a 105.6 pound kettlebell, basically a kettlebell that weighs almost what I do, I would be able to provide all the force I could from these strong glutes, and because of the weight of that kettlebell and the resistance of gravity, forces are going to sum to zero right about here. It's going to feel like the kettlebell is weightless, and that's where I will hinge again and continue in that movement pattern where the kettlebell will stay in this tick-tock pendulum. If I was using a lighter kettlebell, say a 12 kilo or a 16 kilo kettlebell, so about a 35 pound kettlebell if it was 16 kilos, then I would be able to provide the force from the glutes and drive the kettlebell out to about shoulder height. That's when the resistance of gravity is going to make that sum to zero. The force of the glutes drive it out, I get it to about shoulder height, then the resistance of gravity grabs it, the bell feels weightless, and I would continue providing that strong hip drive, and the bell would stay even, Steven, steady in that pendulum pattern. There will never be a time, even if I was swinging a 10-pound kettlebell, that the glutes provide so much force that it drives the kettlebell all the way up to here. Beyond about shoulder height, you'd be engaging your deltoids and your upper back, your lats, and that is not intended to be part of the kettlebell swing. When we want to project forward, we swing. When we want to project upward, it's a different exercise. It's a snatch. A snatch looks like this, and that's when we would take the kettlebell up high. But this is often referred to as an American swing. The problem with it is that you've got a lot of force then going this way at the apex of the swing, which in time is going to come at a price to the deltoids. They're not intended to have to stop a kettlebell that may be quite heavy from projecting this way. You should stop your kettlebell swing when the forces sum to zero, which depending on the weight of the kettlebell that you're swinging may mean it stops about here if I was swinging that beast, or it stops about here if I was swinging that 16 kilo kettlebell, but never will there come a time that I provide so much force from the glutes that it drives it all the way, anything higher than shoulder height. So that's part 4 of our 7-part series. Please be sure you review parts 1, 2, especially 3, 4, and then we've got 3 more coming to you. I'm Brooke Benton, and I'll see you next time.